Yeah, when we look at our situation, we can very clearly see that our enemies that want to harm us, they know exactly what they want. They're very determined. They don't have a problem to give their life up in order to achieve what they want and do many other things. And when this very powerful ideology of theirs is confronting us, their ideology meets something which is very unscrutinized here in Israel. The Israeli society is very dispersed in our times. There's no common goal, no common force, no clear ideology that can stand in a good way against the Islam ideology, and it's a worrying problem. Yes. So on this show, we wanted to see together with you what is the Jewish Israeli current ideology that could eventually withstand successfully against the Muslim ideology that is extending and expanding, which we're experiencing all the time. You'll have more questions afterwards, or do you want me only to answer this? Yes, please. The people of Israel have no ideology. They don't. We see in all countries, among nations, they have different ideologies, different purposes for their development, different goals, starting with the highest goals, and then they come down and down, closer to earth, to realization. And suppose we want our people to be developed. Developed, it means culture and education and science and family life and everything. So we have to develop a new system of laws, educational systems, cultural systems, and so on. So for this we have to build schools and so on and so forth, and kindergartens, and we have to take care of the people so they'll know how to live between them in the right way, and the family. In short, from above and down, according to the goal, from top down. Or we develop not according to the ideology, and then we bring it down and realize it through plans, through different things, until we implement it in matter in our world. But we do it in a way like the world's working, behaving, that we're without an ideology, without anything. We're developing technologically, industry. Yeah, well, we get out of our ego. Wherever my ego pushes me, this is what I do. And this is how the whole world is and how all of us are. And we build and build something without any ideology. The way each one's ego is aiming him, the countries, between the countries, in international trade and everything. And these are the two forms of development. And really, it's impossible to say what's better, what's not, because in the meantime, while we're talking about ideology, in the meantime, down below, we're doing what we do. And we don't know where do they meet, and where are these ideologies, how much eventually do they come down below, yeah, and realize that all. But it could be just a philosophy, and so therefore there's something simple here. Do we manage something in the world? That's the first question. And in parallel, the second question, or does the world manage us? That we develop. I develop. How did I know that I have to come out of my cave and start living outside the cave in some civilized place, build a home, take a cow, dogs, and so on, until I tame them and so on, and I start seeing how to cultivate the land, and not that I'm simply looking what to eat off the trees and so on. How did it come? By a certain ideology? No, what ideology? It's simply, I see that it's better this way, so I did it. Where did I get this new wisdom from? Out of my development. How do I know? Like looking at a child. We can see ourselves the same way. That a child in 10 years does what we did in millions of years. He doesn't know, suddenly he does. He didn't think, Suddenly he does. He doesn't understand. Suddenly he does. And he does it by himself, right? This is how we are. Where's his ideology? No ideology. No guiding hand. No, guiding hand is something else. But it guides us to think and achieve something through our brains, or that we ourselves develop this way. This is the question.